What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. On this episode, I'm going to be working on recovering my ugly fireplace, as you can see in the back. So, stay tuned. Alright, well, normally I don't start my videos all sweaty and looking like a glazed ham, but I've already been working for a little bit. As you can see behind me, this is the fireplace that I'm going to be working on. Let's take a look at it. It's old, funky 70s brick looking awesomeness. So, we're going to have to take care of that, right? Because we don't want to see this. Especially, look at this carpet too. This carpet is going to go bye-bye, but not in this video. But eventually, it will. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're returning, thanks for supporting me, thanks for joining me, thanks for watching my videos. Let's get going. So now I do want to start off by, this is a real fireplace, but it's not a working fireplace anymore. It's not going to have any fire inside of it. The reason why I'm saying that is because I'm going to finish this with wood. So it's more like a faux fireplace now. Okay, just so you know. So if you're going to follow this, make sure you do some fireproofing to the wood or whatever that you use. So with that being said, if you're going to be working with fire in your fireplace, which a lot of people, most people do, maybe you shouldn't follow this, or at least fireproof the wood, because wood is flammable and I don't want to be responsible for that. So here it is before we start. I think I have a picture of it with the mantle before I took it down. I'll insert it now if I have that picture. So to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I'll show you these shelves that I have over here that I built. These shelves right here, they got like kind of like the industrial farmhouse look. Here's the stained wood. So it's basically that same color wood, a wider plank wood, that I'm going to put on here to match those shelves. So also, I did a video on how to make these shelves, so I'll put a link right up here and down below in the comments for you to check out that video if you want to check that out. But at this point, I think there's nothing to it but to do it. So the first thing is I want to hang the TV right here. So we have to figure out how we're going to mount the TV mount right there, because the TV is currently right here on the wall. So we want to take it, put it right up here. So I'm going to take down the TV, take the mount, and figure it all out. So here we go. Alright, well that was fun, trying to figure out how to take down a big ass TV all by myself. Yeah, that was me, I don't know. Anyways, I got it done, so thumbs up for that. I didn't break the TV, so that's good. So now we're going to figure out where to put the mount up on the fireplace. And then, yeah, I think putting the TV back up, I'll probably have to get some help, I think. So here's the back of the mounting plate that mounts onto the wall for the mount of the TV. Now, when I had it installed over here, I liked exactly where it was in, you know, according to the ceiling. So it had a good gap. So all I'm going to do is measure where I have my existing holes and then just transfer those center line of the fireplace. Now, if you can, one of the best ways to get like your anchors to sit well is to get them right in the cracks where the mortar's at. It's going to be stronger than the brick. So whatever my measurement is, I'm just going to go up to the strongest, or the closest joint that we have here, and then hopefully it falls on another one. Highly doubtful, but at least we'll get two good solid ones. And then, I mean, it sticks okay in the brick, it's fine, but sometimes they like to come loose a little bit. So these are the fasteners that I'm going to be using. I'm hoping that this will be good enough for the TV. They're 1/4 inch concrete. You can see, damn camera won't focus, but they're good for up to 675 pounds. So that TV probably only weighs about 50 pounds. So we're perfectly good on this. And then this should set into the brick and the mortar really well. And then for the wood, I'm going to be using these. And then you also need the this carbide tipped drill bit, focus, that you need to pre-drill all of your screws. So yeah, I'll put a link down in the description so that you can see everything that I'm using. But here's a good look at them right quick. Okay, so I found where I'm going to put the mounting bracket. It's going to go mount right in this seam here, and then wherever it lands is going to be where it's at. So I'll go ahead, put that up there, trace where the holes are, and then pre-drill it, and then I'll be able to mount it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to test out one of these anchors before I drill a hole exactly where I want it, because it says a 1/4 inch drill size, but I've had issues with that before and it's always undersized. So we're going to try out a test piece and make sure that it drills in and screws in all right. Just a quick little tip, save you some time. So just pick a spot. This looks like a good spot right here. Okay, we're going to just take our, well, need my hammer. Okay, and then we'll just give it a little tap in there. See, so now what's going to happen is when I put the screw in here, it's going to expand in there and then it's going to be held. So let's see if this works. Start it by hand. It's a little difficult holding the camera and doing this at the same time. See, now what you want is you want it to hold nice and tight, and then this, sometimes what happens if the 1/4 inch hole size that they tell you is this will just spin. So you don't want that. You want this to be nice and tight, strong in there. Look, see, that's pretty strong, so that's gonna work. It just broke off right in there. That's pretty good. That means it's nice and tight in that hole, and it's going to be perfect. If we put 4 to 6 to hold the TV up there, we'll be good to go. It's always easier when you do this with 2 people, but I'm a one-man show. Come on now. We can do it. Okay, I'm just getting it just in there, so then I'll get the level and we'll actually level it up when we tighten it and snug it up. So now we got our top 2 screws in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a level, put the level up here, level it out, tighten those 2, and then come down and then drill the other 2 here, and then we should be good to go. So exactly what we didn't want to happen is the tip of the drill bit just took a shit. So now we got to go to the hardware store, but I don't want to stop in the middle of doing this. So we're just going to build everything around that, and then we'll put those 2 screws in towards the end before I put the TV on. So we're not going to stop the project. We're going to keep on trucking. So now comes the fun part. Now we're going to start covering it with the stained wood. I actually already cut it and I already stained it. I'll give you a little bit of a preview right now. Here's a couple pieces of the wood. Now, to actually attach the wood to the brick, we're going to put up these 1x2s that I just quickly painted. It doesn't even matter. You're not going to see them. Basically, we're going to stick them. Let me see if I can get it to stay right there. We're going to stick them on the wall just like that, vertically. We'll screw those to the wall, and then we'll do one there, one there, one there, and then, you know, all around, so that when we put our wood on there, what we're going to do is we're going to staple our actual nice wood to these pieces that are set up. So we'll go ahead and put these in, and then yeah, it'll make sense once I keep going. And then, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to be using this this drill bit, these screws, to attach that to the brick. Alright, so now I have two of the 1x2 or 2x1, whatever you want to call it, screwed to the wall. Now, before we start doing our other ones, we want to think about the wires that are going to run down from the TV and have to come over here. Come down and over there. So, because we don't want the nice, you know, the nice new mantle and fireplace to be cluttered with wires and everything up there. So we want to run them down and make it look nice. So we have those boards up now, and as you can see, I cut it. Now the wires will come down here, cut through there, go down there, and then down here, and then underneath there, and then up. Flat out. So now I think we're going to get out the air compressor, staple gun ready, and then we'll put 1, 2, I believe 2 will fit up there, 2 full lengths. Then we'll have to trim some, and then we'll just start skinning this thing up and making it look pretty. Alright, well, let's take a step back. Look what we got done so far. It's looking pretty freaking awesome. What do you guys think? So far, so good. Now we're just going to have to work down below and then on the sides. In the time lapse, I forgot to record, but I took the power cords, ran them down like I said. Now you can't see them. Got the HDMI cable and then an extension cord for 3 powers. Should be good enough. But yeah, what do you guys think? Comment down below. It's coming along. It's looking pretty nice. Matching these shelves and a couple other things that I got in the works. You'll have to stay tuned for that though. Okay, well, I got the sides done now. Looking from the side. Now I just need to do the top and then cover the front, and then the wood part would be done. I still have a mantle to mount that I built out of some black iron, some steel, some 16 gauge steel that I built with some, I don't even know what you call it, some brackets to hold it up. And then I got some trim pieces for this, and then trim pieces for the corners. So we'll see how those look in a little while once we finish this up. Now look at that. she's coming together. She's looking pretty good. What do you guys think now? Probably wondering why this piece is all like not stained. But that's not gonna matter because I actually have these trim pieces that I built out of 16 gauge. Just made some angle iron, a little hug kick here, and then had a powder coated black. And then this is just gonna sit. So let me see if I can get this up here. Trim it out just like that. So, just so you have an idea of what's going on. Now, we're gonna try and trim it out, and then keep on going. What do you guys think? Hopefully you guys like it. I'm liking how it's turning out. Stand back again, take another look. Once the TV's up there and this is all trimmed out, it's gonna look freaking awesome. And just for reference, this carpet's not staying for long. It's actually going to match this flooring here that I did in the kitchen and the dining room. Just haven't finished doing that yet. You could check out the kitchen remodel that I did. I'll put a link up there in the on the video. You can check that out. But yeah, let's get back to it. Then I also fabbed up this surrounding piece, this angle, and then I welded it in the corners, finished it, then had that powder coated, and that'll sit just like that. Trim out that piece of it, then it'll be sitting nice. There we go, we got the trim pieces installed. It's looking freaking sweet. But yeah, it's looking good. Now I just got to mount the TV so I know where I got to mount the shelf that I'm putting in. I'll show you the shelf here in a second. So here's a look at the shelf that I built. It started out as, you know, a flat piece of metal. I bent it up in a... I actually, for you that don't know, I work in a metal fabrication shop, so making this stuff for me is fairly easy. But I just bent it up, and then I clear coated it using some Penetrol. I have a video on that, link up here. But I show you in that video how I did it. But yeah, it's a nice contrast to the actual nice powder coated metal. And this is actually going to go with some other stuff that I'm building, so it'll all kind of tie itself in. But I'm going to mount that probably right about here. And then, yeah, I'll show you the upright or angle bracket things that I made for it to hold it up. So here are the brackets that I made. It's just a piece of pipe. And then can we get this thing to focus, please? It's not working with me today.
A few moments later.
Okay, so here are the brackets that I made. It's just a piece of pipe, and then I welded up some metal, and then I just painted it black, some bolt hardware to make it look cool. But to give you an idea, it'll just go right on there, and it'll hold up the shelf. So just to show you, so that I could get the screws, the mounting screws on the cracks where the mortar is at, here, I just drilled my own holes instead of using these holes where I burned up my bit. But that way it's stronger because it's in the mortar on both seams, and we're good. I tugged on it. We're golden. Time to hang the TV. Alright, look at that. Looking awesome, dude. I didn't film it, but I got the TV up. I got the mantle up. Now I just have to put the supports up. But look at that. It's looking pretty badass. Way better than that old brick. What do you guys think? Alright guys, you ready to see the final product? It's all done. It's ready to go. I just have a couple little things to fix, but it's pretty much done. So let's turn around and check it out. There we go. Got the shelf in and everything. It's looking good. So, what do you guys think? I think it turned out freaking awesome. It's pretty badass. It looks way better than that 70s brick. I mean, anything looked better than that. But this turned out really awesome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click down below. Check out the links that I supplied throughout the video. And thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.